What's cash flow? And how do you analyze an investment property? In today's video, that's what it's all about. Stay tuned.
We opened that window, that AC was broke. Gotta get money, I hate to be broke. The pain and the struggle that made me the most. Not every day the champagne we gon' toast. I hate to be broke. I hate to be broke. I hate to be broke. I hate to be broke.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to anybody who liked, comment, subscribe, or shared my last video. It meant a lot to me. I had a lot of messages. I actually met a few people as well, a lot of interactions, a lot of words of encouragement from that last video that I posted and the message that I'm trying to spread, which is, again, financial freedom and personal development and growth. So thank you so much for your support. I'm gonna keep these videos going, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate if you kept the support coming. With that being said, let's get into it with cash flow. First off, cash flow is king. Remember that. Cash flow is king, especially when it refers to real estate investing. So cash flow is the money left over, which is the profit to you after all the expenses have been taken care of. I'm gonna go through my last video. I mentioned that my property that I was showing cash flowed $1,400 a month. I'm actually gonna break that all down on my whiteboard for you guys today, so you can actually see exactly what cash flow is and why I bought the last property that I posted. So if you haven't seen the last video, go back and watch it, because this video was a sequence to that one. Stay tuned. Now, before I get into all this, I want to talk about cash flow one more time, so we have a clear understanding that cash flow is king. The reason why I buy my properties is for the cash flow. Now, the cash flow is the profit each month after you pay all the expenses on that property is cash flow. So cash flow is king. And to get to the cash flow, you need to analyze the property, do the due diligence, and make sure you are subtracting all the expenses so your cash flow is real, all right? Now, this video is the sequence, my last video, where I mentioned the cash flow was $1,400. The number has changed a little bit because previously I did hire a property management company. No longer have the property management company. I'm no longer paying 8-10% of my rents to a management company and managing it myself. So my actual cash flow increased a little bit. But I want to keep this video as simple as possible. So let's just go through these numbers quickly here. Okay, so the purchase price was $300,000. I had to put down 20% on that property because it was a commercial property, which means it was more than 4 units. Anything 5 units plus on a mortgage is considered commercial. So that's 20% down. 20% of $300,000 is $60,000. $60,000, which is my down payment, subtracted from the purchase price of $300,000 equals $240,000. That's my mortgage, okay? So the mortgage is gonna be over $240,000. That's what the mortgage is, okay? You next wanna figure out your rent roll, okay? And I mentioned in my last video that is 6 units. There's 6 units, and the average rent roll is between $650 and $750 per door. So total, all 6 units, that property is collecting $4,200 per month in rent, okay? So the mortgage, again, is gonna be on $240,000, but the rent roll is bringing in $4,200 per month. Mortgage. Now that's my actual mortgage, what I'm paying now on that property, and that includes the 5.5% interest rate, which is the current interest rate for commercial mortgages. And remember, this is a commercial property because it has 5 units plus. With that being said, taxes. You can simply go on your city county website and figure out how much taxes it's going to be per year, divided by 12. That's going to be a monthly breakdown for your taxes. For your insurance, again, you can call any insurance broker in your area who deals with commercial properties or rentals. Ask them for a few quotes on insurance, whatever it may be. Take that number, divide it by 12. That's your monthly insurance. Water, okay? You can call the water company and you can ask for bills, or an average bill for 6 families in that area. They'll be able to give you a sticking point. Now remember, this number is going to change. It's going to average based off how much water is actually being used, okay? Electric. So you see here on my property, it's only $20 a month for the electric. Reason being, when I buy my properties, one of my criteria is I have separate utilities. So the tenants pay their own electric and the tenants pay their own gas services. And they have a reserve, okay? It's very important to put in a reserve. You're gonna have capital expenses, which is right here. You're gonna have move-outs. And pretty much what this reserve will do is every month you put away $300. You put away $300. You put away $300. When you have a move-out, you have a turn, or you have anything to be fixed, you have that money to tap into without going into your own pockets. And again, that money being saved is really just to add value or repair your asset, which provides you cash flow. So it's very important to keep ahead on that reserve, so you can make sure you keep on managing that asset, so your asset keeps on producing income for you. And with that being said, okay, you have your total rent roll, which is $4,200 per month, minus your mortgage, minus your taxes, minus your insurance, minus your water, minus your electric, minus your reserve. You have the cash flow of $1,775 per month, okay? That's cash flow per month, money in your pocket. And just to break this down a little bit further for you, we put $1,775 per month times 12, because it's 12 months in a year, equals $21,300 per year in cash flow. Now again, keep in mind that when we bought this property, we put down a $60,000 down payment, and we're getting $21,300 per year back to us, which means in 3 years, you have accumulated $63,900 in 3 years, which makes an awesome return on investment. With that being said, the rule of thumb usually is if you put out your down payment, you want to make that money back within 5 years. That's a solid return. If you get it back in 3 years, even better. Now again, my next video, we're gonna go into a lot of the terminology that's used when it comes to commercial real estate investing, or just investing at all. There's gonna be a lot of vocabulary that you probably should know and or at least be aware of, and we'll talk about. But right now, if you wanna get started, you can take this formula, you can put it into a 3-family, you can put it into a duplex, you can put it into any type of multi-family property and start making cash flow. So just to recap, your purchase price minus your down payment is your mortgage. Call around, figure out how much your mortgage is gonna be. Then you take your income. How much money are you gonna make per month on that property? Put the number up top. Go ahead and subtract your mortgage, your taxes, your insurance, your water, your reserves. And it's important that you do your due diligence. In some areas, in some localities, you may find that there are more expenses here than what we have. You might have to pay your own trash, or you might have to, have annual inspections. Those are all parts of the due diligence you want to put in here to factor in your numbers, because you want this number to be real. You don't want to say I'm gonna cash flow this much, end up cash flowing half that because you forgot to put something in this area here. So make sure you do due diligence. Maybe go to maybe go to a couple local real estate meetings. Speak to some investors and ask them about their expenses and things that they see come up when they're on their rental properties. The more knowledge you have about what you're doing, the more likely you have to succeed in what you're doing. This property makes $1,775 per month in cash flow, which for me is a solid property. And to keep things really simple, I only find properties that fit this criteria. You need to be around $300,000 purchase price. Okay, you need to have 5 or 6 units or more. You need to have separate utilities. That way I can just take this same formula and repeat and repeat and repeat. Look at it this way. You make $20,000 a year off of one property. If you was to buy 5 more like that, you'd be making over $100,000 a year in just your rental properties. And that's off cash flow. And that's cash flow is king. But remember, in real estate investing, there are a lot of other benefits other than the cash flow. You have your tax write-off. You have a huge open pool to being able to write off things for taxes. And any money you spent on your reserves fixing the property, it's also a write-off. So now you're getting write-offs for continuing to manage your own asset. You get depreciation, okay? Depreciation is huge. It's a huge tax write-off. And this is a quick overview of how to analyze an investment property based off the property that I own, and these are the actual numbers here. So you can see why I'm in this multifamily game here. The goal is to own 10 of these bad boys, all right? Own 10 of these. So after analyzing this entire property here, you see the cash flow is going to be $1,775 per month, which times 12 is going to be $21,300 per year. Okay. Now, if I could find a way to buy one of these properties every year over the next 5 years, that's gonna be my new income of $105,000 per year in income just in my rental properties. And $100,000 a year in rental properties in cash flow is real numbers. I mean, listen, if you had a $100,000 per year job right now, Uncle Sam's gonna get you for about a third of that. So you're probably only gonna see about $68,000, $70,000 a year in income. 5 of these is cash flow, is true $100,000 a year. Plus, not to mention all the tax benefits, the tax write-offs, the equity. Now, after going through all that, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, that's fine, that's cool, but where am I getting $60,000 from? Listen, right now, understand the concept of rental property. Understand the concept of putting down $60,000 and making it back in 3 years. And then from that point forward, it's all profit. Understand that concept first, because once you can understand the back end and the actual, the integral parts of investing, you can now use OPM, right? Which is a cliche term. Everybody knows about it. It's other people's money. You cannot go to somebody and ask them to borrow $60,000 when you don't understand the entire how to analyze or understand how to analyze an entire investment property. Because you can't promise anybody a return on their investment or let you borrow $60,000 if you don't understand all this. So one step at a time. Learn this first. Go through this step first. Do a few first. And once you understand everything and you have a plan and you have a mission, then you can go out and find this down payment money. Okay? And just for a brief overview, right? Other people's money is one way, okay? Lines of credit is another way. If you've seen any of my videos, I have a deck of credit cards and probably on my desk, but you see that. That's intentional because that is another line of credit. Business credit, credit cards, there's just a lot of ways to get the down payment money, but you want to make sure that it makes sense. And again, looking at this, cash flow in $1,775 per month is a pretty decent number. Get my money back in 3 years is a pretty decent number. If you had a debt service on the property, which just means there's more than a mortgage, let's say you borrowed the $60,000 from somewhere, okay? You can use this cash flow to break bread, right? Use this cash flow, pay that person back. You have the money paying yourself. Alrighty? Okay. So that was a quick overview on how to analyze investment property. I hope you found value in this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, get the word out there. I want everybody to have the ability to do this. So when you see an opportunity, right, now that you know how to analyze rental property, when you see the opportunity and you might have this money or you have a way to get this money or you can figure out a way to get this money, you can now take advantage of it, get this deal and start building wealth, pass down to your children, pass down to your grandchildren, and start building a legacy, because that's what it's all about. But remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, repost, I don't know, get it out there. I have a lot more content to go. This is only scratching the surface of investment properties and what I actually know and how to get things going. I really want everybody to watch these videos and take action, become knowledgeable about these type of things, and let's build wealth and let's grow together. See you on the next video.
I get so much love in these streets. Shit be bugging me out like I get so much love in these streets. I get so much love in these streets. Me and Leezy ain't nothing.